Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling, and today we're dealing with the 2019 Hennessey Velociraptor 6x6. So even though this isn't the heaviest vehicle that we're taking out on this series, that would be the Ford Super Duty, this is definitely the more, substantial kind of car. Definitely the one that is a bit more menacing with its 6x6 all-wheel drive, and the fact it's got now 1750 horsepower. While weighing 6,829 pounds. So it's hardly a lightweight, but that power is definitely going to make a difference in terms of how quick this car's going to be. So let's take a look at the rest of the stats, see what it's got in store for us. So 1,475 pounds-feet of torque, 7.4 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, and as you can see, speed, acceleration, launch are all really rather good. Off-road capability is, but that's irrelevant for this series. But yeah, the braking and the handling is not the best, but it might well be better than the Ford Super Duty, which is the kind of vehicle that we're going to be comparing this against, because both are American pickup trucks, both are extremely large, both are the heaviest vehicles that we've had in this series so far. So but this should hopefully have more in the way of grip and more in the way of handling as well than the Ford Super Duty, because this has proper tyres up front. It's also got that extra axle for extra grip, and but whether or not it's going to be able to handle the sharper bits of this course, like that, we'll have to see, because it's still quite a heavy vehicle, and the turning circle isn't the best either because of how long this actually is. So fair bit of understeer to start off with. But on the whole, it does feel a little bit more confident than, say, the Ford Super Duty. Definitely a lot more confident than the PLP50 from the previous episode, which was, easily the slowest car that we've got on this series so far, which I guess was no surprise. So, but as you can see, that 1750 horsepower is definitely helping us shift quite quickly, certainly more so than the standard engine, which I believe had 600 horsepower, so definitely got a hell of a lot more power than we had originally. So, let's get around the corner. We have to be quite slow, but it's got a hell of a lot of understeer. As soon as you get to anything like a straight, we're easily able to rock it on forwards. 140 there is pretty impressive. And it's actually handling some corners better than I'd expect as well. It's just these slower ones that it's a little bit tricky. But that first lap time of 1 minute 18.662 is mightily impressive. Not sure if that's the quickest, but it's definitely going to be challenging the quickest that we've had on the series so far. And it's no real surprise given the acceleration time of 0 to 60 in 3.156 seconds. 0 to 105.949 seconds, and even though it won't get to it on this track, it could get up to 207 miles an hour, which is extremely impressive for a car that is unaerodynamic as this, while obviously weighing as much as it does as well. So like I said, it's these slower corners where it's really not able to make the most of what it's got, because the understeer is really rather bad. You obviously have to brake quite early as well, because the brakes aren't particularly great, and you're going to have a lot of momentum with how much this vehicle weighs. Like the Ford Super Duty, once you get it on a straight, it's more than able to get to a decent rate of speed and hopefully make up for some of the slow corners. An improvement there, 1 minute 17.060. Massive improvement, but it is still more than a second. It's those slow corners that are really the bane of this car's existence, quite frankly. Just properly let off the accelerator and hope that it turns around. You have to wait till it's pretty much pointing in the right direction and then just floor it and it will sort itself out. Not the most sophisticated way of getting around a corner, but it does manage it just about. you definitely wouldn't want a car like this for real. Not with those the handling characteristics and those handling stats. Obviously it would be hilarious. Straight lines. Would not be much fun around any corner. But yeah, there we go. That's a pretty fast time there. So I think we might well have our fastest lap time there. 1 minute 15.859. Yeah, that's a good near 9 seconds quicker than the Ford Super Duty. It's about 17 seconds quicker than the Wuling. It's, yeah, a good 13 or so seconds quicker than the Oldsmobile. It's, where are we? Yeah, it's about just under 4 seconds quicker than the DeLorean, which I think was our fastest car, yeah, 1 minute 19.596. Way quicker than the Reliant, and yeah, the GMC Jimmy was our fastest, and we've just about beaten that, as that managed a time of 1 minute 16.059. So yeah, literally 0.2 of a second quicker than the Jimmy, which, considering that also had 1750 horsepower and weighed a lot less, is really comes down to the fact that this is a more modern car, so therefore the brakes are a little bit better, the steering is a little bit better, even though obviously it did have some understeer issues. But yeah, and in fact maybe the extra weight also played a role in that, because, you know, extra weight means that the engine is going to be working harder and therefore isn't going to be able to use all of its power all at once. So yeah, but that is still impressive, even though it's only just ahead of our previous fastest car. But at the end of the day, it's not the lap time that is the main priority with this series. It's just you know, an experiment to see what cars can do when they have a huge amount of power in them without any handling or braking upgrades. So yeah, and this, outside of the understeer, was really rather impressive, especially in a straight line. So yeah, just goes to show that no matter how much weight you put in a vehicle, as long as you give it 1750 horsepower, it's still going to fly like a bat out of hell, quite frankly. And yeah, this is a perfect example of that. So yeah, nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.